Okay. Ryan with People's Repair and Installation here to talk to you about how your home exchanges heat. It's a topic that's not very well understood by a lot of folks. So now's your opportunity to learn a little bit of something and have a better idea about how your air conditioning works for you. So let's start with this. This is our simple home in a bucket. So this represents your house. And as you can see, we've got three zones on the bucket. So we've got three zones. The one zone is too hot. This is the comfort zone, and this is too cold. So this bucket will show you, we'll use this bucket to show you how much heat your home actually holds before it starts to get to a point that you don't want it to. I've got my hose here to represent the outside air temperature. It's trying to get into your home and make you uncomfortable. The bucket, which of course is your house, and the pump, which is going to represent your air conditioning system in your home. So let's start by putting a little bit of heat in because nothing that ever has no heat. We've got our outside system, the sun, putting heat into your home. Right now, the level's down here. It's going to take a little bit of time like it normally does. We'll let that fill up. Now, if I just let this fill up and didn't do anything about it, say that this is your home without an air conditioning system installed, then the heat's just going to continue to go in, go in. We're at the start of the comfort zone right now. This heat continue to fill up. If you don't have a system to pull the heat out of your home, the bucket is going to fill up with heat and overflow. So you're going to be in that too hot zone that we're starting to move into right now, and it's just going to go out all over the place. But you being the smart people that you are, you're going to call and get a hold of a professional to get you some air conditioning put into. You're not reaching that uncomfortable zone for very long, and certainly before it becomes a problem. You got a hold of your contractor that's reliable and dependable and knowledgeable, and they put in the system that's necessary for your air conditioning to work. So then they start up the system for the first time, and that is starting to pull the heat out of your house. You have heat going in and heat going out. System is working at 100% right now. So it's working real hard to go ahead and get that out of your home. Well, right now, this seems to be almost neck and neck. The system's actually pulling it out a little bit faster, so the level's starting to go down. Buzzing a little bit, there's a lot of air in here too. Let's say that we only do heat. Right now, the bucket level is right here. So the tank is starting to pull that down slowly. It's going to take time to recover from all that heat that was gained. This is really similar to having the system started up in your home for the first time. You just had it installed, the home was like 95 degrees in the house, unbearable, and the system just doesn't shut off for about a day. That's really similar to what we're experiencing right now. Right now, we've just gotten into the comfort zone, and it's moving down to the bottom point. This would be the point on your thermostat where it shuts off the system because you're good to go. Just to kind of give you an idea of what that's going to look like. Once we see that it hits the line down here for the comfort zone, the bottom part, I'm going to simulate the thermostat turning the system off. Almost there. All right. System is off. Your system's not running. All is well and good, but you're still gaining heat in your home. That never changes. There's always heat moving in and out of your home, especially during these really nasty hot summer days. Now, already we're back to the top of the comfort zone, too hot. So your thermostat kicks that back on again. And again, that thing's working at giving everything it's got, try to keep you cool so that you're not getting outside of that comfort zone. This is how traditional air conditioning systems work. So anytime your thermostat says, hey, there's your thermostat, that temperature that's outside of where you put it, it's going to turn your system on and off based on those settings. It doesn't matter if you turn your thermostat down all the way, it's still just like the switch for the old style thermostat. Just about down here at the bottom of the comfort zone. We're back off again. So again, still getting heat into your house. So this is going to fill back up again. Now let's say that you replace your thermostat with a better system, a better thermostat rather, and it kind of figures out, okay, we need to bring it on a little bit earlier. So it's going to let it kind of overrun and underrun. So we're actually above the comfort zone right now. So the newer smart style thermostats are going to say, okay, we turned it on 2 degrees over, let the equipment run a little bit longer so we don't have so many fast cycles. Fast cycles can really damage equipment. And so running the system at the same speed for longer, and it's going to get your home inside that comfort zone to kind of be able to anticipate where it needs to turn on and off based on the number of cycles per day to maximize efficiency and maximize comfort. Right now, we're right about here, the lower part of the comfort zone. Now, because this is a smart thermostat, it's going to try to overcool the space a little bit for you so that it can increase the time between cycles. But right here at the bottom of the comfort zone, it's going to overrun a little bit, get a couple degrees difference for you. And then it's going to check the system on. So it's trying to increase the runtime and trying to increase the amount of time between cycles so it's not running your equipment excessively. The components in your systems have a certain number of start cycles that they're rated for. So if it doesn't have to start as frequently, then your systems can last a lot longer because they're not subject to all the harsh impacts for starting and stopping. Now it's kicking back on again. It's getting that wider range. So this would be just a normal day, normal humidity. Today it's about 81 degrees outside. Humidity's not too bad. This is what you would consider to be a design day. Reasonable cycles, reasonable heat gain and loss in the home. Let's say it becomes a really humid day. It just rained about an hour and then it spiked back up to 90 degrees again. Now, because this is a water pump, it pumps water. So it does a really good job of moving the water in and out of the bucket. Pumps don't like air. So because we use water to simulate heat, we're going to use air to simulate extra humidity that your air conditioner has to take out. We're at the bottom of the zone right now. We're going to add some air to the mix. That pumps on the play. Kind of see already it's having an impact on the pump's ability to remove the heat from the house. You get little pieces of air that have to pull out with the water. Your air conditioning system will be pulling out moisture along with the heat. So it's not going to work quite as well as what it would normally. Then I'll have to work the same amount and be able to produce less of a difference. Your thermostat says, okay, well, we finally got enough out so we can shut down. And then it's going to go back into the off cycle again, but we're still mixing in all that humidity, all that heat in your home. So it's just taking a little bit longer to build that back up, but it's still all ever present inside of your home. Your air conditioning system, it has one purpose. Its one purpose is to remove heat from your home. Back into that comfort zone again. You can see it's having a hard start. It's got all that air and humidity that it has to pull out. So this thing's working as hard as it can to get that moisture and get all the heat out of your home. As a byproduct, it will dehumidify and remove moisture. There are newer efficiency standards being pushed by the government and other governing agencies that require higher efficiency for removing thermal heat. And the humidity is not as much of a concern. So to hit those target numbers, manufacturers have pushed very hard to try to get the energy ratings and requirements from them. They're sacrificing some of that humidity exchange. Now, if you notice, this thing still hasn't shut off. We're introducing all this humidity, and we're just right here in its comfort zone. So it's doing everything it can to get that. This is almost a perfectly balanced system of humidity and sensible heat. Just shut off. All right. We're home to the comfort zone. Let's take a break. Over here. So here we've got a model home. With sun outside, no cloud coverage, no trees, no special things about your house. You just have a house, regular wood frame, dark roof, a little bit of an attic space. And you've got your outdoor unit. You're going to be working to remove heat from your home. You've got your indoor unit paired with your outdoor unit. Now, in order to bring a comfortable temperature into your home, your air that comes back into your home is going to be a little bit warmer than what your house is, especially than what your thermostat reads. And that's because you've got the sun adding heat to your home the entire time. 95 degrees outside, and like we demonstrated with the water bucket, that heat is constantly trying to get in. So it's going to be coming down from the sun to your roof, the walls, you have any windows. You're going to have radiant heat coming in through your windows, and your roof, especially if it's not vented, is going to be getting a lot of heat built up in there. Attic temperatures during the peak of summer, they can range anywhere between 95 degrees to 140. So if you have 95 to 140, you're trying to keep your house at 70 degrees. That heat is going to be coming down through the attic and into your home throughout the entire day. So that's where your air conditioning system comes in. It's picking up all that extra heat, cycling on and off like you demonstrated, and it's going to pull the heat into the unit. It's going to move through a coil. That's a little hard to see. It's going to move through that air conditioning coil and then travel on the pipes outside. And this, which, as everybody knows, there's a compressor inside. There's also a fan. And it's going to put that heat outside away from your home. So every time that thing runs, pulling heat from inside, taking the heat outside, and it's going to put cool air into your home that has to be colder than the temperature you want it. It needs to be colder because it has to combat all of these other impacts that are coming into your home from the heat outside.